Hi, I'm Judy Vitale, Empowerment Coach, and this is your weekly Horoscopes at Work forecast for the week of December 11th through 17th, 2017. Coming down to the wire, aren't we? Whoa. Okay, well, the good news is this week is not too exciting. Next week is going to be a lot more so. I would say to try to get all of those holiday preparations out of the way now. The most that we have to worry about is a sort of an upswing in activity toward the end of the week as we get close to the new moon in Sagittarius, which will, of course, be right there with the explosion of all of the holiday stuff. So this week, though, we do have the celebration of Hanukkah. And that comes Tuesday night, and then on, through 8 days after that, bringing light to the world. That's what this whole time is like. Because when we have the solstice next week, we'll discover that the earth is turning back toward the sun, and we're going to have spring soon. So when you live where I do, you count the days to spring. So anyhow, I'd like to go through this day by day for you so that you do become aware of some of the things. One of the big aspects of the week is moon void, of course, and it is still Mercury retrograde. So moon void, of course, during Mercury retrograde gets really messy. So I want you to avoid that. Listen closely, and you'll find out when are the times when you don't want to schedule meetings, you don't want to make major purchases, and you can pretty well count on the fact that things are not going to turn out the way that you planned. It might be better. And of course, always hold open the possibility that it will be better. So on Monday, we have the moon in Libra. This is an excellent day for just about anything. Very peaceful attitude. People are accommodating. They're sweet. They're kind. A little bit passive aggressive, like most Libra people we know, because they don't really like to be openly assertive. But as long as you don't step on too many toes, it should be okay. The moon actually makes no exact aspects on Monday. So it's just going to be the moon in Libra. And it's not a very exciting day, but boy, lots can get done. Tuesday, we also have the moon in Libra and the sun conjunct Mercury. So there will be, some definite noticeability of Mercury in retrograde on Tuesday. So just be careful. Whatever it is that you're doing, do it slowly, do it carefully. And then Mercury has a much more difficult time tripping you up while you're trying to do it. On Wednesday, the Libra moon goes void, of course, between 7:27 a.m. and 8:59 a.m. That's not bad. That's just, early in the day. And this is all Eastern time, by the way. And we have moon conjunct Mars, and that takes place a little bit later in the day, in the middle of the afternoon on the East Coast. So just be aware of any kind of aggression or assertion that you feel is fueled by your emotions. The moon will be in Scorpio by that time, and emotions will be very powerful. Thursday, that moon in Scorpio actually allows us to be creative and also optimistic because it will make a trine to Neptune and a conjunction to Jupiter. So it's actually a pretty good moon on Thursday in Scorpio. And 8:42 p.m. it's going to go void, of course. So get everything done before that, okay? And especially because... Oh boy, on Friday, the moon's going to be void, of course, for most of the day. So, moon void, of course, Mercury retrograde. Remember what we said. This is like a double whammy. You have to be really, really careful about the things that you choose to do on Friday and not be too invested in the outcome. Just be open to whatever kind of good things might happen. The moon will move into Sagittarius at 8:07 p.m. And that will put people in a much better mood. Keep your sense of humor this week. You're just going to need it a lot. And then on Saturday, the moon stays in Sagittarius. There's a nice trine between the sun and the planet Uranus. And this just, nice little surprises. You'll hear from people that you don't usually hear from. Hey, it's that time of year. So that's what's going to happen. But you'll notice it more. On Sunday, we'll start to feel that kind of energy coming for the new moon, which will occur very, very early Monday morning. If you're on the West Coast, you're going to have that new moon at about 10:30 p.m. So just hang in there and, really start something new with Sagittarius that has to do with making a choice, maybe about a relationship. Gemini and Sagittarius are probably the least likely to commit of all of the signs, yet Their polarity represents very much about relationships because they are people who make decisions about relationships. They're not like hoping it's going to happen. When it does happen, they really take their time making a choice about it. So I think that's a good piece of advice for all of us to choose that. As for me, I will be at Journeys of Life on Tuesday from 1 to 5. And if you would like to schedule an appointment for me or with me this week or any other time, you can find a little link to my schedule on my website, Empowerment Coach Judy with an I, Judi, or you can still use good old readthestars.com.